All right. So we'll kick things off, of course, with the earliest prelim. And again, this is probably the best prelim opener of all time. We've got Cody Garbrant versus Davison Figuiredo, two former champions. We already talked about this a little bit in a separate video, So I'm going to ask you first, Jax, what do you think happens in this fight? And how do you think the win comes?
Well, man, you know, I like Cody Garbrant a lot as a person. He's not the most intelligent person, I would say, but he's very, very authentic. And what he did when he won the belt, and what he did to Dominic Cruz, who I think is the best bantamweight of all time, is epic and legendary. And the fact that he wrapped that belt around a special needs person, like that was really dope.
Yeah.
But in this particular fight, I think he walks away as the special needs person. So I think that Davison Figuiredo is going to destroy his life. Cody's already been talking, saying that Davison Figuiredo is mentally weak for how he approaches the scale. And I think Davison's going to make him pay for that. And I think he's going to knock him out. And it's going to be embarrassing. And Cody should probably, Cody shouldn't even put the gloves down. I think he should retire like in the back somewhere.
That bad, huh? I knew.
Yeah, damn.
It's like, yeah, this is going to be fierce. It's a nice person. I like it. And I knew it was coming. The penny was going to drop. I feel it was coming. How do you reckon?
Damn, Cody. Shit, I might have to pick him. Just all the shit he's getting. But fuck no.
I like him though.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, I'm going Figuiredo for sure. It doesn't mean Cody, looking at his record, he could catch him, but I don't think he will. I think I'm going Davison, maybe submission. Maybe.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
Not a bad pick at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to make him suffer a little bit for all the shit he's been talking this week.
Yeah. I'll look into that next time. Like, how does he approach the scale? That's weird. I'll look into that later.
He has a bad habit of doing stuff like that, Cody, just putting his foot in it further. Like, you've already elected to fight a complete murderer, and now you're pissing him off. It's a brilliant strategy. Yeah, we obviously talked about this a little bit before, and I called in the video we did about where Cody's career is going. I called him brain dead for not just accepting this fight, but for straight up asking for it. I thought it was mental.
Yeah.
And I could talk about a lot of things here. I could say that Davison lands more strikes per minute at like a 15% higher accuracy. I could talk about that. I could talk about how Cody gets landed on 0.5 more times per minute. I could talk about how Figgy has a 10% greater takedown accuracy. I could talk about how Figgy has a 3-inch reach advantage, despite being shorter. But none of this is really more relevant than Cody's lack of octagon IQ and his glass chin. So I think we're just going to zoom in on that. Now, I was going to come out, because we did speak about this a little bit before, I was going to say that Cody gets absolutely flatlined in the first round. However, I did decide to go back and watch a few of his last few fights. And in his defense, I do think he's less dumb and he's less reckless than he was. He's leaning on his wrestling a little bit more, which I think is really a good thing. And he kind of headhunts a little bit less. Like, I do think Figgy has every physical advantage that counts, but I'm not entirely convinced, despite how glass Cody's chin is, that he has knockout power at bantamweight. I haven't seen enough to say that that's a certainty. I do think that Cody is used to being significantly quicker than everybody else, and while I do think that Cody will be faster, it's going to be marginal. I think if he chooses to mix in the wrestling, I give him a chance of not completely embarrassing himself, and that's probably the best outcome I think is going to be there for Cody. I think Figgy does tank as the fight goes longer, And I'm going to be generous here, and I'm going to say that Figueiredo gets a UD decision. Like I'm just thinking, like looking at the way that Cody's performed. I know it was against lesser competition, but I have a feeling he might make it to the end. And like I said, but at minus 290, I think Figueiredo's a fluffer that you've definitely got to put in those parlays, because I think he's going to win one way or another.
Yeah.
The fact that you've picked a knockout, CJ's picked a submission, and I'm saying he maybe gets to it. Nobody's saying that Davison doesn't get this done, so I think he's a good shout.
Look at the benevolence of Frankie. I see you.
I don't know what's happened. Yeah, it's weird.
Such a good heart.
It's literally, I mean, when we were talking in private about this, I was literally like, he's going to get fucking destroyed. And I was brutal in how I said it. I've been talking shit about this for weeks. I've been going up to random people and just being like, yeah, this Cody Garbrant guy's going to get fucked up. You should check it out. And they're like, who's Cody? They're not interested in anything to do with MMA, but
it would be magical.
Telling everyone and everyone.
It would be magical if he did win. I would stand up and clap for him. It's just I don't think that's what's going to happen, man.
No, I think the thing is there's very few like locks on this card, which we're going to find out in a minute when we discuss further on. But I think this is one of the ones that is fairly certain on the outcome. This is my feeling on it.